Hello, my Pisces friends. This is Jill with the Healing Moon Tarot, and today we're going to do your November 2018 general reading. I'm going to stick with the format that I've been using the last couple of months, so if you're new here, welcome. If you've been here before, then you know what to expect, and I am starting with pulling an oracle card. Last month for Pisces, your oracle card was Renewal of Peace, I believe. So, were you able to experience that all in October? Did you feel like, okay, I've gotten through this thing. I'm feeling like I'm renewed as a person. And now we have potential gateway. So I always see this card. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. Potential gateway as opportunities. Opportunities to head in a different direction, go someplace else in life, so on and so forth. So now that your peace is being renewed, and hopefully, and you're feeling that, it's going to open up possibilities for new potentials to come to you. So where is your perspective on that? Are you feeling in a place like, okay, I'm finally done with whatever that is. I'm feeling rejuvenated. I'm ready for something new. Let's pull cards for your physical, or sorry, your, I don't know why I always say this wrong. I do it the same way every time. Mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual space. And I'm probably, well, if I don't drop all the cards, I'm going to probably just get them all pulled out at once so we can get through this a little quicker. So physical. All right, so we're going to start here. Oh, geez, I guess I should at least put the cards where you can see them. I guess I'll do it 2 by 2. So we have the Page of Coin or Pentacle coming out for your mental space. Again, potentials. The Page is kind of a young, enthusiastic, has a willingness in his energy to get out there. He knows that he may not have a lot of experience, but he knows he can make up for that with enthusiasm, passion, excitement, willingness, eagerness, those kinds of energies. So it being a coin card, it could have to do with your finances, your work, however you function in our physical space of material objects and how you procure them. I don't know why I can't say that word. So mentally, you're maybe ready to take on some new things in your financial realm, have an eagerness and a willingness to make some changes or to try something new, or to be like, okay, I know this is newer to me, but I'm going to take the energy needed to progress this and grow it into something. You can see he's kind of holding the money in a way that makes it seem really important to him. That makes him like, yes, this is something I'm searching for right now. I'm willing to put time into. So especially in your job field or your finances and budget, having again this potential coming out, there's a lot of, I feel for a lot of us, there's this newness happening right now, like, okay, that hasn't been working for me, so let me see what else is available. That just may be on your mind, like, okay, I need to create money in a different way. I need to use my budget in a different way, and I'm excited about it, and I'm willing to try new things to get a different result. Coming out in your physical space, we have the King of Wands. Wands have a lot to do with our passion and excitement, our creativity in general. Our physical space, we may be very focused on creating a space that's beautiful. Even decorating your home or decorating your office or changing things in your physical space that help you feel better, that make you appreciate the space you're in, that brings beauty, calmness there, or not necessarily calmness, or you're using your space to excite you, to make you feel good, so you can create in a different way. This could be you creating something, if you are the artistic type, that's part of what makes you feel good in life, is creating a new painting, or a piece of furniture, or some jewelry, whatever it is. If you have a creative outlet, that might be very important for you to express that in your physical world this month. Coming in our emotional space, we have both the 8 of Wands and the 9 of Coins. The 8 of Wands is a fast-moving energy. I always think of these as almost like arrows being shot out. They're intentionally sent, they are moving quickly, and they will arrive at their destination, right? So, fast-moving, again, the Wands, this excitable, passionate, I'm ready to make moves, I'm ready to make things happen, I'm ready to put this effort in. And I always speak about intentions. So having a very clear idea of what your intentions are is going to be paramount with this kind of energy in your life. If you're just out there willy-nilly, you're just throwing your energy in random directions. I think intention of, this is my goal, this is what I'm trying to achieve, this is where I want my energy to go. Those types of things can be very helpful in making use of this, because if you're not, it can feel a bit much. It could feel overwhelming. You could feel a little like dazed and confused is coming to mind, like overwhelmed with, okay, there's all this energy and all this stuff's happening, without clear intention and clear focus. That can just be like, oh my God, there's arrows flying everywhere and I don't know what to do with myself. It can create some anxiety, right? So being very clear on your intentions may be helpful for you with dealing with any of that you may notice in your life. The 9 of Coins, again, going back to this comfort, these people all seem to have a way of making their physical space comfortable for them and being excited about living in that space. She has worked very hard to be this fancy lady with her fancy bird and her fancy garden. She's put in the time, she's put in the energy, and not only that, but the things that she's placing in her space have true value and worth to her. It's not a consumerism. It's not just this luxury, like I need to have expensive things or that kind of energy. It's more so having a true knowledge of what holds worth and value in your life, and being smart and strategic in how you manifest that in your physical world. I am very frugal, cheap, most would say, but there's certain things that I understand quality matters. And I'm willing to spend more money on something that I know is going to last me a long time. I'm very careful in my purchases. Is this something that's going to be useful to my life? Is this something that holds some kind of value? Is this something that is going to maintain its value? Not, oh, I want it, I'm going to just buy it right now, with little thought or energy into what it's going to bring to my space. So these 2 cards coming out in your emotional area, this could be dissecting how you're emotionally attached to some of these energies. Do you get anxious when things are moving quickly? Do you get anxious if there's just a lot of creativity and things happening? Or are you able to ground and center yourself and be very direct in your intentions, very direct in your approach, and very conscious of how you're spending your energy? Also, how are you spending your money? What is your emotional relationship to your material objects? Are you Do you get caught up in consumerism? Do you place too much value or worth on tangible things? What is your emotional relationship to that and how that could be affecting your life? Here we have your spiritual cards of an 8 of Cups and 3 of Coins. The 8 of Cups, this person could not go climb this mountain and continue on this journey if he was carrying around and trying to keep track of all of these cups. These cups represent our emotional experiences. So I see this as this person was able to put to rest a lot of his old emotional baggage. He didn't break the cups, smash them into smithereens, or you know what I mean? But he carefully set them and arranged them and left them. So if this coming out in your spiritual space, if you have emotional stuff that's negatively affecting your soul, your spiritual practices, your ideas on what spirituality is, whether you're religious or not, or if you have emotional baggage tied to spirituality or religion in some kind of way, whether bad experiences when you were younger or people taking advantage of your emotional relationship to a practice, that kind of stuff, that may be something you want to spend some time thinking about in November. How can I let this stuff go? Remember we had a renewal of peace, and there's this potential gateway for newness. So to continue on this journey, what can you put down? What no longer serves you? What are things that you're able to say, okay, I accept that this was there. I accept this was part of my life. I accept this was my emotional response or attachment to this. But I can also accept that today is a new day. And in order for me to continue forward, I have to put some of this stuff down. And the 3 of Coins coming here, this card's always a card of teamwork to me. It's going to take all of these people working together to for this man to be able to progress his business. Coins, again, tangible world. He's a seller of something and these people are purchasing, right? So I always see this as it takes different kinds of people with different perspectives coming together to grow something, whether you're selling a product or a grand idea or spirituality as far as learning, teaching, growing in your spiritual space. If there's an opportunity to spend time with other people and say be really authentic and say, this is really how I feel about my spirituality, or this is my perspective. You may have an opportunity to have some really good conversations or exchanges with people that can help lift you up in that, help you grow, help you expand. And in order to come in contact with these people, you may need to get to this place where you're willing to let things go. And or they could be the people helping you, you know, seeking new counsel in some way, shape, or form, whether this is actually a counselor, a friend, a church group, spiritual practice in some way. These people and growing this practice may help you put down the stuff that doesn't serve you anymore. So Pisces, what I'm going to do now is pause the video, move some cards around, and we are going to pull some more. We're going to start with a challenge card for the month of November. I cannot shuffle today. We have the 5 of Wands, and this coming in as a challenge. The 5 of Wands always, it's like a practice card. In other decks, it's shown with young people, like they look like they're fighting, but it's with sticks rather than swords. So it always makes me think of, you know, there's there's conflict, there's disagreements, there's all of these things that happen, and it's all practice. If we choose to see it that way, if we're willing to say, you know what, I need to get my butt kicked, like they look like they're doing martial arts here. I need to get my butt kicked once in a while for me to grow, for me to learn, for me to progress in whatever this is. So any conflicts that you have this month, disagreements, idea, you know, whether it's at work, at home, with your kids, with whoever, taking the perspective that it's practice, taking the perspective that you have an opportunity to learn about yourself, to learn about whatever this situation involves, to learn about other people and how other people deal with life and these practice moments, these conflict type moments, and say, okay, this is uncomfortable. I don't necessarily like having this conflict or like dealing with this stuff, but what is my perspective on it? And how can I see the positives of this? How can I see this as a benefit? Yes, it's a conflict, but how can it benefit me? How's it going to make me grow and change and learn as a person? And when you're able to step out of this kind of energy just a little bit, you know, it's like somebody with bad eyes, pushing it away or pulling it closer so they can see it better. If you push it away just a little bit so your perspective shifts and you can say, okay, yes, this is uncomfortable and it sucks, but this is what I can learn, or this is my takeaway, or this is going to make me better, make me smarter, make me more capable. If I'm willing to approach it like that and take this other person that you're having a conflict with and look at them as a teacher. What are you teaching me today? It's amazing how these conflicts can change and our perspective can shift, and we can feel less angered by them and frustrated by them and have a willingness to say, you know what? Even if I feel I'm right, or even if you are right, we both have something to learn here. What is it? It's amazing how easier that stuff gets, right? Let's pull a, let's pull a strength card. I think we need that today, Pisces. A strength of yours that you could pull on for the month of November to deal with some of these situations that may be coming your way. We have the 10 of Wands and the 8 of Wands. We're wand heavy today, Pisces. And we already had the 8 come out. These are the same cards represented by two different artists, obviously. But same kind of feeling. They're moving. They look like they're moving quickly. And they are moving with intent. The 10 of Wands, he is obviously burdened by something that does not belong to him. He is carrying around a big nasty ass roach. Sorry for the swearing, but it's me. And he has to understand that he needs to put down stuff that doesn't belong to him, right? So these two cards coming in our strengths. I think it's important for you to draw on this wand energy. To draw on this, okay, what am I creating? What am I doing in my life? Where are my intentions? And how much am I carrying around? If you're taking on the burdens from these other people, that's just going to make you feel more negative about the situation. That can make you feel burdened or pulled down or unhappy because you're just taking on stuff that doesn't belong to you. So in these situations, any conflicts or situations that come up this month, it may be very helpful for you to say, what about this actually is mine? Because if it's not mine, do I need to be responsible for it? What are my intentions with this? Am I carrying around stuff that doesn't belong to me just so I can get recognition or praise? I recently posted I don't even know who I quoted. It was pretty much, I'd read something somewhere, and then this thought kept ruminating, and it was, if you are doing a kindness, but with the expectation of receiving anything back, even if it's just kindness or appreciation back from the person that you're doing a kindness for, it's no longer an act of love. It's no longer an act of kindness. It is then a transaction. You are doing something with the intent that this transaction, that something's going to come back to you, right? So why are you having this conflict? Why are you taking on things that aren't yours, whether this be at work, taking on projects, or picking up extra responsibilities, or telling your mom's group, oh yeah, I can do A, B, and C, or telling your friends, yeah, no problem, I'll help you with that, when you don't have the time, you don't have the energy, you don't have the resources. Your intent is what plays the biggest role. As I said, if you're trying to keep up with the Joneses or make A, B, C, D people like you, or put on a good face for your boss, those kinds of things, that's not necessarily going to lead you to a good place. It's going to leave you feeling like you're carrying around a roach that doesn't belong to you. So having very clear intentions of why I'm doing this. Am I doing it to receive something? And what are my expectations? Expectations play a big role in our life and the negativity we can have. So going in through November, the biggest takeaway at this point, what I'm feeling here, especially with the 8 coming out twice, what are your intentions? What is the core of you that's causing ABCD to happen? What do you really want out of life, and why are your actions, how are your actions matching up with that intent? Let's pull some need to know cards for you, Pisces. We have the Queen of Coins, the 10 of Cups, and the Wheel of Fortune. Hopefully you can see them. The Queen of Coins, she is like the mother of the material world. She's depicted as pregnant here. The world is underneath her. This is someone who's very aware of physical space, of monetary things, how to create money, how to understand what has value and worth in our life, not just money, but overall in life. How do we have the material world that we want? She's a very mature energy in that. I think of budgeting and mindfulness with money and having a mature relationship. Talking up here about having consumerism, value, worth. You know, this is a 9, this is the Queen. These are pretty similar energies in that, right, of what has value and worth in my space and how do I create this. And she's very mindful. She's a very earthy energy. She is grounded and sees value and worth in our physical world. And that's just not just money. She may be into her taking care of her body and her health, and the food she eats and how she prepares that food. A very motherly kind of energy, Mother Earth kind of energy. The 10 of Cups is, I mean, this obviously looks like a very happy family. They're very excited to be together. They're kind of like looking over their space in this very joyous, celebratory kind of energy. And Cups, again, being emotion. So feeling like feeling whole. It's a 10, whole, complete, feeling, okay, these are my true relationships, and this is what matters to me, and this is how I really connect with people, and this is an important kind of family is everything kind of feeling I always get from that. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune. Spinning, spinning, where's it going to land? What's your perspective on this whole process of life, of being a human? Where are you willing to look, and do you understand that there's patterns and cycles, and this thing keeps on spinning, and it's up to us to direct our attention to what we want to see. A lot of people talk about we create the reality we live in by what is our willingness to see certain things, and our relationships to those things. What are we choosing every day to pay attention to, and choosing every day to put our energy in? Are we on autopilot and we're just kind of rolling? Or can we fixate our perspective and like, yep, this thing's happening, but this is what I'm paying attention to, and this is the direction I'm headed, and having intention, right? That seems to be our word for the day. These cards coming out in your need to know area is, I always take this to pay attention to these kinds of energies. How are they coming up in your life? Why are they coming up in your life like that? If you are feeling really grounded and connected to nature or something, and that's not normal for you, go take a walk. Go put your feet in the dirt. Go garden. Go create an amazing meal for your family. Something that connects you to earth and connects you to the value of your tangible space. The 10 of Cups. Connect to your loved ones. This does not have to be family. This can be friends or whoever that you feel authentically, amazingly connected to, who brings you joy and love and acceptance and appreciation in your life, that you feel, these are my people. This is my group. And how do you show appreciation for that? How do you connect with that? Do you understand that there's specialty there with being able to authentically connect with others, and what value or worth does that hold to you? And then again, what is your perspective? How are you controlling or not controlling your perspective and your intent in this life? So these three coming out, need to know. Be mindful of those kinds of energies happening. Open your eyes to them. Be willing to see opportunities there, potential gateway, this potential for things to grow, and appreciate that you have these kinds of energies coming into your life in any way, shape, or form. And we're going to end with pulling a card or two for our suggestions to end for the month. We have the Devil card and the Queen of Wands. The Devil card is all about who or what we give our power to. This could be addictions, attachments, just what do you allow to have control over you? Are you addicted to your phone or to Lucky Charms cereal? Are you attached to another human in a way that's like, I can only be happy if this person does A, B, C, and D. I can only be happy if this person is happy. Or I can only be happy if this person makes me happy. Those kind of big things that go so overlooked in our day-to-day lives. Who or what do you give your power to? And this doesn't have to be like a heroin addiction. When I say addiction, little everyday things. What are you allowing to control you? What are you purposefully going, here's my power, you take it, and I'm just gonna see how things go. This coming out in a suggestion card, it may be time to call yourself on some of this stuff. It may be time to look for ways or at the very least become aware, because a lot of times we give our power away and don't even have a clue that we're doing it. So research yourself. What am I doing that gives power away to other people's or to other things? How can I best be in control of my own life? And the Queen of Wands comes next, and we already had the King up here. Very similar energies, only the masculine form and the feminine form here. So where are you creating excitement, passion, creating anything in your life? Are you artistic? Are you, do you write? Do you paint? Do you decorate? Do you bake cookies? I don't care what it is, but what helps you get into a flow where you're just letting something in you create in your physical space. These two cards coming out as suggestions really makes me wonder if you're allowing time for this with this happening. So in order to get to this place where you can be this creator and live with the spark of... I feel like I'm saying the same words over and over again. But she's just fiery passion is the way I see her. Like a siren, man. Like just this owning something so deeply. Like, this is my thing. This helps me live in my physical world because I'm getting whatever is inside of me out into my world, and I'm creating it and I'm manifesting it, and I get to experience that process, and then having this almost like afterglow. And I don't know, I did that. I created that thing, and that was fun, or that was enjoyable, or that brought joy and happiness to my life. It's hard to get into that flow when you don't have your power to begin with, because you've given it, you're giving time and energy to things that control you rather than you control them. Does that make sense? All right, Pisces, this was a really interesting reading to do for you all. I enjoyed it. I hope you did as well. I would absolutely love to hear feedback from you in any way, shape, or form. You can hit the like or the thumbs up button, or you can leave me a comment below. And if you have any comments, questions, or concerns, please reach out to me. I love to interact with people. You're more than welcome to message me directly or just leave a comment, and I will try to get back to you. Thank you very much for spending time with me. I really look forward to hearing from some of you on how these energies have played a role in your month of November. So thank you again. Be well, Pisces. We will see you soon.